Morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back into this class. Day number 25, and we are discussing about CMDB and CSDM. We studied yesterday about the brief of the CSDM, that what is CSDM means, how it's get evaluated, come into the picture, the progress of CSDM, and now we're going to do a little bit more on that particular side. Okay, let me bring my screen here. Check. So we discussed yesterday that every concept, or I can say mainly if we talk about the CSDM part, there is a founding principle for this one, that if you are using it, or what are the reasons, or what it bring as a foundation layer, so that it is easy to implement. So if you see the bullet points, number one is simplified concepts. It says instead of interchanging the names, सर्विस है और या प्रोडक्ट है, आइटम है या इंस्टॉल बेस है, कैटेगरी है या रिकॉर्ड प्रोड्यूसर है, to avoid these things, they bring us a standard, sorry, they bring us a simplified concepts, that this is all about the thing called service, and also eliminate the duplicate and confusion over the data sources, कि कहाँ, from where the data is coming and where it's getting stored. Dedicated tables they have put it, even though that is related with the point number 6 as well. The prime objective for this one is to be get the perfect reporting. This is mainly theoretical part. It's not kind of a things you have to be considered for the examination, but just we should know. Okay. Third thing they say that I as a service now giving you the relationship as well. That one service need to be related to the other service, and this can be the best relationship. And this can be the only relationship. So that people should not get confused while creating the relationships. Then it provide a standard definitions, service, business service, application services, technical services. They have given the standard definitions for this one. The standard naming they have given for this one. Okay. Then few more like adoption. To adopt this, let's go step by step. Everybody, not a big company, not a small company. Everybody should go step by step. They provide a little bit more on the governance part. They in the CSDM you will see that there are dedicated roles, dedicated personas are set up so that people can take care that particular part. I'm talking about these things: product owner, data steward, relationship managers, kind of things. Okay. And the last is mainly this thing. Use the documentation, product documentation, that everything you want to know, follow the product documentation given by ServiceNow, so that you should clear that what mean what. So in the CSDM, one thing is to be very clear: no assumptions, no interchanging of the terms. Like if it is a business service, you should call this as a business service, not as the application service or the service only. If you say this, you are losing, or you are violating the main principle called the standard definitions. Take. Now the question come, What is the purpose of CSDM 5 and beyond that? Up to 4 service now there's some different thought process, but from 5 onward they have a different process, different thought process. And they call this concept as a digital business transformation. That how I can change the way, starting from a service provider till the service consumer. It can be end users, consumer or customers. But before coming on that particular part, ServiceNow say, let's divide. If I say that there is a business, there is a service provider, okay, it's a big industry. They mainly have these things. What I can say, four level of or the four major sections is called service life cycle. In this, I as a service provider design the complete service. So if I take a simple example that if I'm giving a training, so giving a training till you people or everybody, my participant get the same. And after that, if they have any question, I can able to help them. So the first the first segment says that it should be a service life cycle where I design that what I need to be delivered. I do configuration, operational status, change management, compliance come in the life cycle. Industry, this is the first segment of that industry from the service provider perspective. Then how the delivery will be happen, your operations. Which product has which mapping, what is the impact analysis, service instructions, scale, throughput, all the things. And for this, we use our CMDB part as well, dependency, we unified one, CMDB query builders. That will help you to do the operations, impact analysis kind of things. Then if this done, support operations. This is difference. This is service operation, that is service support operation. That how my service is dependent on each other. But after it means here say if my service is down, how I'm taking care of that part. I'm using incident management, demand management, or I'm using request management. What type of module I'm using it? What is the workflow for that one? Where a customer, you or me as a customer can go and log a case, incident, problem. And last, what value customer want to be achieved and how I can measure that. So I as a service provider have these four major segments when I provide a service. Just think any example in your mind. Might be a grocery shop next to your house, might be a big hospital, might be a bank, might be just a food court, might be just a restaurant. They mainly deal in these four sections, and we call this as a service provider's side. Because I want that everything should be digitally transformed. When I click one button, I can see all the records, I can see all the issues, I can see all the dependencies. That is called the digital business transformation. Now, in this, the business can have multiple models. B2B, B2C, B2, B2B to B2C, B2G, G2C, B2E. Business to employee enterprise and business to government to citizens. Public forum. Your municipality committee, your councils, government school, government hospitals. bus stand, railway stations. Those all are the industry only, and government want to make it as a or the want to make it digital. That on the station you will find everything in a good manner. Okay, so multiple business models exist, but every business model use these four segments. Then ServiceNow say let's divide these segments as per the verticals or horizontals. I still remember in 2009 when I started my Accenture journey. I joined Accenture as a first company. There were the verticals. I was trained in Java, but I was allocated to the vertical called insurance. What does that mean? That I will be only work on any of the insurance project coming to Accenture. But later on that has been changed. The concept of vertical has been decommissioned or rebranded. And the concept called practice. Vertical every. So now I'm a ServiceNow resource in my company. And I work any of the client. My vertical is open. I can work on the insurance, telecom, retail, aerospace, any medical, pharmaceutical, any kind of industry I can pick it up. That is called the verticals. So now it says based on these four areas and based on mainly these models, we have horizontal and vertical segments. Number one, internal and external technology. That is service providers. Either you can provide a service to your internal company or external one. Like media, content, telecom kind of stuff will be there. Because they're not only internal and external as well, they're providing to the service with the customers. Then enterprise service operation. You're selling something standard in the market. HR service, legal services, ले लीजिए, finances, logistics, supply chain, and then your verticals. So now if you see, technically or practically see, healthcare also have a HR. And healthcare, if I am a hospital, I'm providing the services to my own employees as well as to the external patients as well. Manufacturing. Manufacturing also have HR service, legal service, finance services, and manufacturing can be used by the telecom for the internal purpose, external purpose. So just to be understand that based on the different models, based on different segments, based on that, we have verticals and horizontal segments as well. Because in the next picture, I'll show you, I'm not sure that I will be able to 100% explain you that what is the intent for that particular picture, but we'll see. This one. And they call this as a North Star. ServiceNow called this as North Star in one of the video which I saw. If you see this picture, what you can understand, let me take your thoughts as well. Spend a minute or two and let me know what you understand with this picture. Can we relate this picture with this or maybe with this? Anushi, what you thought?
So from this picture,
Give a thought. I'm sure that, and one more thing, no answer will be wrong answer. because we all are troubleshooting and understanding this concept. Good.
So basically on the uh, divided into four segments. The
Mhm.
first one is service provider, where we are able to see, uh, I mean, from the icon, I'm just guessing that it's like some Wi-Fi, uh, internet connectivity,
Hmm.
water. So there are some resources that we are trying to utilize.
Okay.
Then the center one talks about the service aggregation.
Okay. Wait. Lalit, what do you think?
The way I look at it, this is like a service model, right?
Hmm.
And you categorize, you might have different services doing different things, and then you categorize them, is what
Okay.
I'm seeing. One is
Okay.
for the operation part of it. Some of them I saw something on cloud on my
Okay.
connected
Okay.
devices. So
Okay.
that's
Fine.
how I
Fine.
see.
Fine. Anupam, what do you think? Try to be little bit understand on this four or this three part as well. Try to be add that relationship something there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the below part is can be anything like government or the private organizations or all those stuff.
Which below part is you're referring
Uh,
this one or this one?
First one, service provider one.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying this one?
B2B, B2C, anything it can be considered under this one.
Okay.
So because electricity is there, then the lot of other stuffs and so business service providers we
So
can consider
can
here.
we say that these are kind of a verticals?
Yes, we can say that.
So it means if we're saying these are the verticals, we're talking about that
Yes.
these are kind of a, this part. Uh, Let's try to be link it a little bit. If we can link it. Okay. ठीक है, चलो. So this section is a vertical. Got it. What next?
The next is digital services that can, those are the servers, service providers which can support these verticals. Can we go back to that
So
slide?
you're saying this one? Or
No,
digital service you're saying, but what is my digital service?
service
Okay.
aggregation one, first one.
Okay. Okay. So
Aggregation
can we,
second.
okay. So which one we can make it here? Or which segment we can say?
Service providers, technology, telecom, nationally.
So we can say that these are like my service providers that
Correct.
might be Vodafone, might be
Yes.
Orange, BT, Libara, 3 or EE kind of things. Okay. Okay, good. Let me come to Vishal. What do you think? What is the next part?
This is our the service aggregation or the service distribution. If we are talking, maybe these these would be the internal. No, sorry, not consumption, but then
Consumption is this area
yeah,
because you
yeah.
can see the end users. Now, end users can be your hospitals, can be your manufacturers, can be your devices mainly. So, in short, fine. Anybody else want to be contribute here something before we generalize and we can conclude this topic? Anybody? Okay. So mainly, if we see, it is kind of a model. and it says digital transformation digital business transformation model, where one side I have a service provider. You can pick up any, and this service provider has some applications which he's sold to the customers. These are my verticals. Who is providing that services? Might be it's a core transporter company, core electricity companies, kind of things. This area is your consumption. Who is consuming? Consumer, employee, partner, who is consuming these services. And they are consuming via laptop, via mobile phone, via some other connected device. And they are consuming these services, might be in hospitals, might be in dairy systems, might be in bakery, might be in some other places. And this too is that how this service reaching from service provider to the customer. So if I say how the internet come to my house, let's say at the example, any big company who provide the internet. This is my understanding, what I saw or what I learned from watching some YouTube videos, that company purchased a kind of a bandwidth from a bigger company and bring it to India. Then they put up their towers. Then they put up their routers. And internet which is staying in my house is coming from one of the router. Might be that is outside my house, or might be in the same one common place will be there. So how I as a customer can consume that? So this is my access point, which is part of the distribution. How this service can be distributed to my customers. It can be wireless, it can be wired, it can be physical. So if you see access point, means these are two different ways this company is distributing these services. They have their dedicated towers, or might be they have their dedicated offices somewhere where you can, from where the access point is be there. So in short, access point means how it can be reached to the customer, because the point come here is your operational status, compliance and configurations. कि वहां तक कैसे जाएगा? Anything which is coming to our house, how we are getting it? Electricity. Simple example, electricity, how this is coming? So government put a common kind of a pole somewhere where they connect your meter, and from that meter there's a wire coming at your main switch in the home. So for me, that meter or that particular place where my meter has been set up is my access point. And company, from their point, they send that part via some utility distributions. And this, so one common place, and from there multiple places are going. And then customer connect with that. And then they can connect their devices. Camera, IoT devices kind of things. Camera hai ya heartbeat check karna ya ye cheezein hai. So now if you see where the CSDM exists in this, everything is a service here. From what they're selling, what they're maintaining, and what is supporting them. So either you're B2B, B2C, G2C, anywhere you work, This can be kind of a standard model built by ServiceNow. Clear है कुछ fundamental? Theoretical है, but this is what the fundamental what we see. Because now, not now, but just see from a bigger perspective. If tomorrow you want to be start a business, let's say you want to be start a cab services, or maybe you want to start some kind of a grocery services, how you will start that? Because now the question next point come that what I'm storing in the CSDM, service or product? I'm selling a service here. But if I'm a manufacturer, I'm selling a product, then I appear for one of the interview, and might be this is again a question for everybody. Have a look, have a thing. In 2018, somewhere before, near about COVID only, 18 or 19, somewhere I remember, I appeared for an interview for a kind of a not a startup, but established company. It was not a ServiceNow company. It was something Atlassian based. So they're using Jira and everything for their customers, for the implementation as well. Okay. So that had asked me a question. What is ITIL? I said it's a set of best practices which business should use. Then he says, and I'm talking about ITIL 4, right? ITIL V3. That the V3 was only the one. There is put a question to me that Atul, can we use ITL in the manufacturing? Because till the date it was only told to us, or what I heard, what I know is that ITIL is only for the services, digital kind of services. So think now, can ITIL be implemented in the manufacturing? Take any car company example. Okay. So this is a business model, not a business model. It's not a business model. It's a digital business transformation model. And it can be a little tweak if required, but can be used as it is. Any of the business, any of the business structure, B2B, B2C, G2C, B2B2, B2G, any of it can be used. Okay. Then the ServiceNow say, let's discuss the difference of the product and the service. Product means something kind of physical, which we sell to the customer or which provide a value to the consumer, or a service or an interaction. I not consider this service as the product mainly. I just consider that anything which is a kind of a hard. But examples came service to hire an onboard employee. Left of an employee to get the work done. And to dig a gold mine. So we say generally that product means something which I can use. But even the service now includes service to hire and onboard new employee is also a product. Might be they're using some devices, referring to the devices here. But ultimately it's provided value to the consumer. Then what is services? Service may be a product or exists to support the product. After sales services. Now, if I say this training is a service or a product,
Service.
anybody who say product as well? Correct. We can say it's a service. And once this training will be over, and this is very common question people ask that, okay, Atul, when the batch will be over, and if I have any doubt, even though nobody has a doubt after the class is getting over, can I reach out to you? I said, yes, you can reach out to me. That is a supporting to this product, or might be I sell hard copy of my training course. And now you are facing issue to be understand that. Can I get inputs, Atul? Yes. Because I'm supporting my product. So in this, a business app. Now, I'll not call this application. It's look very big word. Let's call it as an app. So that app means we can understand WhatsApp is one of the app. Messaging is one of the app. Chatbot, Facebook, LinkedIn. They all have apps now. A laptop fails and your team fix it. Okay. So service can be provided for a product or without as a product as well. Like I was seeing some reels, and I don't do this part that Instagram reels or the Facebook reels or these things. Shorts I saw, but reels I don't much. So it was mentioned, I guess it was in China or some other country, they mentioned that people hired other people so that they can take out their frustration on that person. And the other person who is providing their services, he just need to be listen. I think Uber launched a new stuff in India. The old people can book a walking companion. If they're going on a walk and they're alone and they want someone, they can book it. And some young person will come and walk with them. So this is a service, but they are giving a product as well. The person is kind of a product. So, and how to book? That is the application. Uber has an app. They're using it. Okay. So we'll clear our mind here with the concept that service is something which I'm giving to my customers. And service can be direct or can be for the product as well. Infrastructure as a service, IS, platform as a service, PaaS. What that mean? Platform you cannot touch, but still it is a product. ServiceNow, what is that? It's a platform. Yes, it's a tool. You cannot touch, but it is still a product for me. Clear everybody till this point? Doubt, question, clarifications. Is clear? It's all clear. I think कोई yes no भी नहीं बोल रहा यार.
It's clear,
Yes. Good.
but not all clear.
all definitely, Anupam. It
Yeah.
take time. All clear is a take time. I still remember that when I was creating my course for the CSDM 4.0 course, means that just a recorded course I created. It took almost like 1 month for me to read that 63 pages white paper. And then I cut short. I created, I guess, 9 to 10 videos on the whole CSDM 4.0. Pick up each topic, and then I can able to do it. But reading that white paper is so much big thing. Because it is not just normal English you need to be read. It's not a story. Every word has a meaning in that particular white paper. We're just doing a little crunch on that part. Okay, so now if this concept is clear, let's go in the CSDM part. So in the CSDM, two things: application and service. ठीक है, पहले बात करते हैं सर्विस की. What does service mean? बताइए. What is the meaning of service? ये तो डे 1 में हमने डिस्कस किया था, बताओ. What is a
Any
service?
support or any efforts given against the value given against the money or time.
नहीं यार अनुपम यार, स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशंस
Value.
चलेंगे यहाँ पे. स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशंस. यस बताइए. What is the definition of a service? अरे बोलो यार, आप सारे चुप हो गए ऐसे तो.
Giving something, not even a physical form or any form of action given to the opposite person which they wanted.
On the day 1 when I asked this question, many of you give me the standard ITL definition. And when today I need the definition again, you're giving your own definitions. Service is a mean of enabling value by the facilitating that our customer want to be achieved without customer having to manage specific risk and cost. Customer want, if you see this example, what the customer want? That he should able to connect to Wi-Fi. Correct?
Yes.
Right? And what the service says, a mean to provide the value to the customer. Now, this person need to be see that how I can provide that service to this particular person. His only intention that his internet should work. Doesn't matter that he's sitting on the tower or his house is next to the tower or the tower is too far. Okay, so that is the meaning of the service being here. Service instance is a service type that is logical representation of deployed application stack. अब थोड़ा सा हम टेक्निकल टर्म्स में जाते हैं. ठीक है. 3 sections: service instance, business service, and the technical service. It is a logical representation of a deployed application stack logical representation. I am using Wi-Fi at my home. You're also using the Wi-Fi at your home. Anupam also using, Vishal also using, Bhuvneshwari also using, everybody is using Wi-Fi at the home. But how that called? Because you can't or we can't see the Wi-Fi. We can use it. So when we say that we can use it, but if I need to be raise an incident for that particular Wi-Fi, I need something in my system. And that is called logical representation. Let me show you this table. फिर easy हो जाएगा हमारे लिए. I get some examples as well. I use mainly ChatGPT to get these examples ready. Come on. It's the first table to store the services. Now you can see I'm in the service auto table. What that mean? This is one of the module or the form which I use to record that what service I am giving as a logical representation, so that in the system I can see, okay, this service, and I can link this to my CMDB. And default, it takes the application service. It is taking application service. यहाँ पर एक स्टेप पीछे चलते हैं थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? Let's try to be more understand here. Application is any deployed program, module, or group of programs that is designated to provide specific functionality in a computer infra. We are using the WhatsApp. What is that? That is an application. In short, in fancy, it's app. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Insta, Gmail, Google Maps or Maps, cab, utility bill, accounting, anything which you want to record in a form of the programmatic way, that is the application. From the WhatsApp, you cannot cook the food, क्योंकि that is not its intended purpose. उसका purpose नहीं है. So it says any deployed program that is designed to provide specific functionality on a not computer, it's a compute infrastructure. I am using WhatsApp on my mobile phone, but just think that how Meta is managing that in the background. So that is called the application. I need to send a message to you. I need at least something in my phone which I can use. In the early days, there was no concept of the WhatsApp. So how people communicate with each other? they have a SMS services. और उसके लिए क्या चाहिए? What is required? That in your phone, that message module should be configured. This is called application. And this go in the CMDB CI app table. So, okay, let me come back here. This one, if you see, this is all applications. Apache is application to provide the Apache web services. SharePoint is an application. Excel calculation services, module like. So these are called the applications. It has operational CI. It is used in the IPC, and it is discoverable as well. Example, your database instances, your Java, WebSphere, or the Tomcats. ये सब applications हैं. I remember when I started Accenture journey, so we got a training as well. And as I said that I was a part of Java batch, so we had to be install the Java in our systems. That time I guess Java 4.0 was there. कि Sun website पे जाओ, Sun microservice की website पे जाओ, download this package and done. So what I did, I just installed that app to run that. MS Team, I just installed that app. Teams is the application for me, which I installed. I'm using it for my work. Then what is a business application? Represent all softwares and infra environment. Now, if I say where this business applications sit in the picture, थोड़ा सा ना इसको यहाँ से भी लेके चलते हैं, तब easy रहेगा understanding for us. Let me get this on the top. इनके बीच में ये रहा. So we are talking about the business application. We're talking about this thing. It says how you provide a service to your customer. Are you giving any kind of a software? A bundled one. That is my business application. I'm using WhatsApp in my home. But that is a WhatsApp production system. In the background might be Meta has a WhatsApp dev, WhatsApp test. And it says represent all softwares. Pura bundle. Which I can use it. Because if you see this one, it is part of the designing and planning. Customers ko I am selling to the customer, I am selling business applications. Ki boss, my company is selling messaging as a service. Acha, kaise messaging? So I have a software called WhatsApp messaging. I have a software called WeChat services. I have a software called Together messaging. So those are my business applications. And then application service. Why I'm going that side? Come on. Common application service. This part. Sit. Then it come to my application services. Even though in the 5.0.
Actually, one question. What is the
Go ahead.
difference? I mean, what is the difference on application and business application? For example, if in org we have a set of applications that we need to do a CSDM framework. So if that application should be present in only in application table or business application?
Only application table. Application is mainly your backend part, which help you to run that particular software.
Okay.
So if you see database instances, Java WebSphere.
Yes.
Now, if you just take example of parents, we still understand that how the WhatsApp is working, that it is Java-based application, database application. But did our parents understand that? No. Even they don't know what is Java. My mom just know that if she need to be called on the WhatsApp, open the contact and click on the dial button. Video call, click on this button. That's all. So in the background, the technical application which you're using is my applications. But what a customer can use is a business application. It's a software. MS Office is a software. So now we are getting very fancy. WhatsApp is WhatsApp, LinkedIn is an app. No, these are actually softwares which you just download and you're done. If I say, okay, can you read a PDF file? Atul, yes, I have a Acrobat reader. But Acrobat reader, what is that? It's actually software. Because it's this don't have any CI. CI is technical stuff, infra part. This is not a CI. And neither we use this for the logging a incident changer problem records. We don't use that. We use applications.
Then if let's take this app application, it is used by the customer. It's a software. I mean,
Wait. Customer will use this, but we will not sell this to the customer. We sell this to the customer. Business service. I'm selling messaging service, and in the messaging service, if you want to do a simple messaging, then you can use the A messaging application from me. If you do the complex one, you can use or you can purchase the B application software from me. So if you see what is WhatsApp, technically what is WhatsApp? Software why saying software? Because you know it's IT. But technically what is WhatsApp? Let me tell you, let's see here.
It's an application which can be.
It is messaging application. Because this is what Meta sell to us as a service. If I say, let me change this word instead of WhatsApp, let's say, any common, what is LinkedIn? It's a network services, social networking, which provided by a company called LinkedIn. And to use this social networking, you can use, might be LinkedIn has a multiple softwares for the social networking. Again, let's come back here. Again, social networking. So this is what the companies are selling to us. They're not selling the product, they're selling the services to us. And to use this service, I need some software. Messaging to पहले भी था ना. If you take the example of your old phones, the keyboard based phones, messaging was there as well. But that was only messaging. But WhatsApp says it's a larger level of messaging, including calling, payment, photos, everything you can do. So that is my business service. What they sell to me, yeah, is a service that is published to the business users. कि भैया आपको क्या चाहिए? Clear, Bhuvneshwari?
Yes. But because
So-
you have mentioned the key details, so like even for the business applications, in order they will raise an incident and change. So that's why
that is wrong. If you're using that, it means you are violating the principle. यहाँ लिखा गया है, adoption बताया गया है कि नहीं, you're doing wrong. So this slide simply says not used in incident, problem and change. The next part of this is called the application service. If you see this service auto, this is what is this service auto, see? Application service बना रहे हैं हम उसका. Because this can be still internal. This is external. You will not raise a question on the messaging service. You raise a question that in the WhatsApp messaging, I'm not able to call.
yes.
That is one of the application service you have. So business application is a 3 parts. Mainly they say business application means when you configure it at the environment level, what is coming in the dev, test and production. But application service is totally on the production side. That on which, see, focus in this part. Also, you can create application service based on the environment. Like if you see, you're deploying some code. Customer says, Bhuvneshwari, in production it is working fine, but in dev it is not working. What they're referring? They're referring your application service of the production.
Yes. Usually instance raised on the particular services of but
Exactly. In customer sites, let's say I sell ServiceNow to one of the banking or medical institute or the hospital. They don't have a test or UAT. They just have production systems. So for them, it's a production, but I am maintaining their dev and test in the background. So and it is a logical representation. WhatsApp is WhatsApp. But in the background, Meta is maintaining this part, application service, and they're saying if you're raising issue, put this thing, WhatsApp production as a application service there. And now if you go to the next part, business service, this one, what you are selling to your customers, and technical service, how you're maintaining in the background. ServiceNow remove the concept called the application services indirectly in this part because it is not there now. Let me see if I have a this thing CSDM 5.0. Or might be I have some others not here. I have that concept in one of. Give me a minute. Let me share my screen again. If I can find out that immediate basis, YouTube final recordings, recording sessions. Plugins. I'll show you that. Yes, now got it. Let me share my screen now. See, this is what I prepared, a difference between CSDM. So in the CSDM 2, they have only these things, 3 levels. CSDM 3, they have 4 level. CSDM 4 introduce design. देखो यहाँ application service था पहले. At this place they have application service. Yeah. But now they rename it, called the service instance. In the 5, they have this thing.
Yeah, in
No,
till 4 it was an application service. Till I think post year they have changed that service instead.
Exactly. So now they call it service instance. See, they're not calling application; they're calling service instance. This is the first, I guess, first or second comment I got in my first video when I released on the admin part. Atul, what does instance mean? So instance means if you open multiple copies of this MS document, then every copy is an instance, which is ultimately representing only one object that is called MS Office or PowerPoint slides. So it says that it's a service instance that on which particular domain in one particular instance you're facing issue. It's a dev, test, production, UAT, where you're facing issue. So in the 5, they renamed it. Let me show you this one. It has been renamed now. Service instance. Well, application service, now it's service instance. They remove these things and they bring a simple structure for this one. This has been added now. So we'll go deep dive in that particular part. ठीक है जी? And if you want to see a brief here, so technical service means is a service that type published to the service owner, means to support your WhatsApp as a software, as a business application. Who is supporting the background? I have a deployment services, I have a build services, I have a maintenance services. So those are the technical services. So generally people say, what role you prefer? You want to go for the technical when you reach an experience of like 10 years, 11 years, or you want to go in the people management? People say, no, I want to be on the technical. Then they go in this part. This is we never show to the customers. Never. We only show this or this to the customer, not anything else. So how you're managing and running this part as a technical, then your technical service come in the picture. And this is some examples which I got from what I can say, ChatGPT. Because Vishal said that we will get some kind of examples. So these are the examples you can see. So application is your software program that end users use interact like Outlook, Salesforce, Zoom, SAP. Business application that support a business function, payrolls, accounting, Jira, IT tickets. We'll continue with this discussion on Monday as well, and then we move forward.
One request in here. What we
Please.
took an example of WhatsApp kind of a thing, right? Would you like to probably put maybe, what the CSDM components, for example, while we take WhatsApp as a service, how do we put that across in these tables now? What elements that might go, for
100%.
example, right? That would be very helpful so that, it's just, gets into the head correctly.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You're talking about these kind of examples. Have a look.
Correct.
I'll give you the homework as well, don't worry. So I have few examples like ServiceNow platform, microservices, these things. Like what should go in the business service, what should go in the business service offering, kind of things will be there. Don't worry, I have this in my track. Because this is the only things which we can, and this is mainly as of now on the 4.0. But still we can use it. At least the basic concepts are still same. Okay. So I'll bring more because there's a one example of ServiceNow platform. There's a one example for the Microsoft Office 365 applications as well. So we'll get that examples, don't worry. And I'll give the homework to you guys to create this example at your home. Once we get this understanding of application services. Let me copy this and put it in my masters. Okay, clear everybody?
Yeah.
So your today's homework for the weekend homework is that little bit deep dive on these three concepts in the white paper. These screenshots are only from the white paper only, so nothing to be worried. You will go and just read about that more. That which can be used at which places. Actually, let me, and last question. Cool. Let me stop the recording and take attendance now.